Get on the computer. Hello. Hello, and welcome to the five resistance to change. So, this class is all about when you are going in one direction and you feel resistances like you're tugging against yourself, like this woman in this picture, and not getting anywhere. And it shows up like everything, like the procrastination, overwhelm, self-sabotage, anything that's resistant to you going to where you know deserve to go, where you need to go wherever you want to go, correct? And so um sometimes you feel like you're all alone. Sometimes you feel like you're really, really scared. Sometimes you feel like everything you do doesn't work out. And sometimes you're just so frustrated, so angry, you want to pull your hair out. Letting go of these resistances is like key. And once I found out what those five resistances were, once I found out how to use them to unstuck me, to unstick me in a quick, easy, well, quicker, easy to kind of go away. That's what really helped me on my journey of personal growth and development. So I'm happy to share those resistances with you today and how to use them. And at the end of the class, we'll go through a guided healing meditation to put this into action. So who's me? Who's Grace? So I'm a soul purpose coach and energy healer, and I just really, really love to empower women to become their true, authentic self and to make money doing what they love. And there's women entrepreneurs, spiritually minded entrepreneurs, and that's my niche because not only is that who I am, but it's because spiritually minded entrepreneurs are the wave of the future. Most of us have a lot of trauma in the back end that contributes to the resistances to change, right? And that was my journey, and I've come up with ways, methodologies of self healing. So you don't have to go run to a coach, run to a healer every single time. You can do this work on your own, which for some people I think is a new concept. Maybe for others it's not. But I love to help women really master their money mindset, their abundant wealth mindset. And it's more than just money, it's true wealth and abundance. So the five resistances to change. So the first one is when you're going from here to there, like if you want to open your heart and be vulnerable with your lover. You may think that has nothing to do with business, but in fact, it does on a very, very deep level. It has to do with your self worth. Because if you can be open and vulnerable and bare yourself with your lover, that implies that you're strong in yourself, you're confident in yourself, you're not being afraid of being taken over and or used or manipulated somehow. And that is fully translatable into raising your inner worth to charge more, to impact more, to be a bigger influencer. That requires a deep belief in yourself. The things that go through your mindset, the things that go through your ego, that is in place to protect you are these five questions. The first one is it safe? Is it safe for me to be vulnerable? Is it possible for me to be vulnerable? Am I willing to be vulnerable? Like, no way. Like, lots of us have vows. Vows that I will never be like that. I will never let myself get hurt like that again. I will never expose myself like that ever again. And so, yeah, no, that means you're not willing. And vows are like fun to break. That's what I love to do. Do I deserve? And underneath those vows of I will not are always some sort of, do I deserve? Am I worthy? and then is it possible? And then the last one, can I trust? Can I trust that when I'm on the other side, when I'm walking in this realm of new possibilities, someplace I've never been before, can I trust myself? Can I trust the divine that it's all going to work out? So there's that. And rares, Marianne Williamson, again, she's my favorite. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. And it's our light that frightens us the most. And once you get past the fears that we're inadequate, and you truly do start to notice the brightness, the power that you have, and that you can wield the influence. When I say power, I mean influence over yourself and over others. And that's kind of a heady rush that um, when you don't have a good relationship with power is really, really hard to embrace. So let's go ahead and do the self-healing meditation. But before we just go into the meditation, let's do a little bit of polling from the audience. Laura, hello.
Hi. Hi, I'm so happy to be here, Grace.
Oh my gosh. So tell me a little bit. Do you have a hitch in your giddy up, some sort of issue that you want to get past, but you're finding yourself having a hard time doing it?
Yes. As I looked through your things, what hit me the hardest was deserve. What do I deserve? And I think I'm still looking at that through a child's lens of what I deserve versus a fully embodied entrepreneurial woman, what I deserve.
Well, there's that conflict always. Yes.
And it just I feel I'm really in that power struggle right now with myself
Yes.
and letting that go. And it I think is the biggest thing of keeping me back. And I'm not sure how to switch it, move it, do
Okay.
anything. I can see it and kind of feel the stiffness of it, but it's like two sides facing each other, not willing to give a budge.
Well, okay. So before we go in and do that, I want you to say you just described perfectly the biggest inner battle, the biggest heart block that the soul personality of a leader has. A leader will always fight themselves, will always doubt themselves. They have a fight between their higher self and their lower self, and you just described it perfectly. You also described the Carolyn Miss talks about the 5 archetypes of power. And the 5 archetypes of power, of course, is the inner child. Then there's the victim and the saboteur and the prostitute. So the child's um, call to power is learning to own their innate power. Because like if you think about it, a child when they're young, the world stops for them. Yes, they're completely vulnerable, but their parents are buying diapers and formula and painting rooms, and grandmothers are coming over, and the whole world changes because this little baby. And then all of a sudden, you can't go somewhere because this little baby, and that grows into a child and whatnot. At the same time, from the child's perspective, they're not realizing that they've got this effect on the world around them. That's huge. The other thing they don't realize is that they are vulnerable to the power around them. They are powerless in the physical world, but in the emotional, loving world, they're queen or king because they're pure, unconditional love. So there's that, and then I'm just going to describe that. So the child's growth into empowerment is that really absorbing. Yeah, I do have power. I'm no longer a child. I may have childlike tendencies. I still want to play because that's my joy, that's my soul. But that's also my power. Because who doesn't love to watch children play and giggle and laugh and smell, right? I don't know. I just smell them all the time. It's like gorgeous. Yeah.
Me too.
What?
I agree. Me too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely right. And that's power. And it's not really well known, but are well accepted yet. But it's, with all these sole purpose coaches out in the world, it's going to be, right? And then, so then the victimizer, so what, every single one of us is a victim somehow, whether we are not, we had a bully or a destroyer in our family to squish us. Maybe that happened, maybe that didn't happen, but oftentimes it's more subtle than that, where your parent, well-meaning parent, was saying, "Yeah, no, you don't really want to go this way, but I'll reward you if you go that way." And so you compromise, like you're almost your parents almost betrayed you by not really knowing who you are, what you really needed, how you needed to be loved, and how you wanted. And so that becomes like a quote trauma. And so that's the victim part of everyone. Everyone has that. Okay. So you mentioned, back to you, that you're feel like you're stuck in the deserve for the child for versus being an empowered woman. Let's get a specific example.
With the work I've done, I've really unleashed
More what?
more play,
Yes, yes.
which has been good to a point, but it's seeming to come, I think, more with the rules and regulations, and they're at a face off now, and it's like I'm either one or I'm the other. I
So there's a
it's
split.
not it's really a split, and I'm trying to integrate, and I find myself going back and forth between those two
Okay, so you want, so that
rules.
what I'm hearing you say is that you really want to integrate the part of you that wants to play with the part of you
Yes.
that has these rules. And so what is the part of you that has these rules? What is it saying?
It doesn't want me to fail. I feel there's more of it's around my business and having this firm foundation and this healthy growth. And as I am a coach and growing that business, that am I kind of respectable enough? Are people going to believe me? And do I have the right support systems behind me, whether that's certifications or, speaking at the right networking meetings, or doing this very stable, almost unemotional thing. It's almost, the play is emotional and fun and just so spiritual and my happy place. And then it just hits the other side that is not. And I'm doing my best with the tools that I have to integrate it, but there's something I'm still.
What I'm hearing in all that is you've got this part of you that's this child that loves to play, that knows and trusts in the spiritual world, but this other part of you that's in the real logical space is kind of going, yeah, that's nice, but it's not real. There's no foundation. You're not going to make money unless, you have to have proven, how has this been proven before? And it hasn't been for you, maybe for other people, but for you. And so there's a combination of these 5 resistances to change in there, but then it's on um, there's also the inner skeptic going on in there, which is more for the rule keeper. That's another class. The inner skeptic has got 5 questions, and then there's a specific way to go through it, and and you use these 5 questions within the dismantlement of the boundary, the ceiling, the parameter of your box, of your inner skeptic box. So, but this is going to really loosen you up quite a bit. So I want to ask you, when you're looking at, just go ahead and close your eyes and go inside, and you look at these two parts of you. Is it more that you refuse to fail, or you have a need to be right? How do those two work together? And what would the vow be that's preventing you from moving forward with those two things in mind?
Um, I'm trying to come up with the word. I've worked so hard on releasing right. So that I think then shines a shadow on the on failure. And the failure seems to just suck the creativity away. It shuts down. The child feels the failure. It doesn't feel as much the having to be right.
Okay.
So it's almost like a little dance, a little three-part dance.
I know, isn't that fun? Okay. So so I like to work with vows because what the vows are at the deepest part of our energy system just before you reach your soul. Because
Wow.
your soul is a part of you that's unconditional and loving and will heal this resistance for you. But if we've got it all covered up because somewhere in our hitch in our giddy up showed up in our early childhood where failure turns out not to be an option for you. Because if you were to fail, something would be horrible, some sort of criticism, abandonment, um, yeah,
Yeah.
those things that
I
don't
think
feel
more
good.
abandonment more than anything. Yeah.
Yes, if you failed, and you take in, that also implies that it was your fault
Mhm, mhm,
as a little child. And the little child, and I know you're aware of this up in your head, but
mhm,
dropping that down into your body and really resolving that, hey, little girl, that wasn't your fault. So
mhm,
if so, given that in mind, and I'm sure you can go in your mind's eye to the
mhm.
that child, have a conversation with your little girl, go inside and ask her. So you're refusing to fail, and I understand that. But what is it that you truly desire in this situation? Like you're protecting yourself from annihilation, from being abandoned. But if that was out of the way, what would you really want to express? What do you really want to be?
I just see me shining, just sitting there, just shining like a sun. Like I just want to be seen, loved, happy. I'm just glowing. I'm just
Okay.
spirit.
So if that's what you're open to, right? So what would be the phrase is I am open to shining brightly,
Radiance would be a word. Radiance.
open to expressing my radiance
Yeah, yeah. Love, spirit.
without fear or fearlessly.
Mm, yeah, without abandon. I mean, without any, like without boundlessly, almost like,
Boundlessly, fearlessly, boundlessly. Boundlessly is
yes,
one for you.
yeah,
And then when you say that, when you look at that, what's the feeling? Is it a feeling of freedom, or is there any kind of
yes.
resistance in there?
It, no, it's complete freedom, autonomy, sovereignty, and it just feels like as I stand in that space, I'm pushing this very heavy fear, like very heavy shadow back and off. But
But
it's
we want to push,
heavy,
but we don't want
very
to.
heavy.
We want to go through it.
Yeah.
We're going to shine the light through it. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what comes up for me for your freedom statement. I'm open. Actually, this is a soul aligned affirmation. So you're open to expressing the complete freedom of my radiance
Mm.
boundlessly.
Of my radiance, boundless. Oh,
Does that feel awesome?
yeah. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Feels like, well,
Okay. So really quick, I want you just to so that's where you're going. And then we want to let go of the resistance, which is I refuse to fail for fear of abandonment. And you've done work around this already. This is awesome. So remembering that work that you did, some of those feelings were what?
the feelings I had, it was complete overwhelm. It was a huge amount of responsibility projected, expected on to me at a very young age, 2 and 3. And I just absorbed that as me, but it wasn't me. It was the adults in the room. And I just took all that on as my own. And it wasn't. And
Was too much for you. And so can you see, and have you seen, or can you see how that wasn't your fault?
yes, absolutely.
And
Now,
then
yeah.
now you can, right,
Yeah.
in your head. And so, and then also in that, just because you couldn't doesn't mean you weren't good enough.
Mm, mm,
Yes?
yeah. Yeah. Somewhere that thought was anchored.
Okay. I call my angels. I call Laura Garris's angels in the divine spirit of God. I call ascended masters and loved ones and all beings of 100% divine light to guide and assist Laura in opening to expressing the complete freedom of radiance, of her own brilliance, her own radiance boundlessly, and to let go of everything that disagrees. Okay, so what I want you to do is feet on the floor, feel your sit bones, pull your butt cheeks apart so you can feel your sit bones, and lean back so your shoulders are over your hips, and the crown of your head's kind of pointed up, your chin slightly chucked, chin tight, side slightly tucked. You got the crown's back here. Yes, yeah, there you go, and up a little bit more. I'm being micromanaging. There's my KA coming out. Okay.
It's all good. Okay, good.
Okay. And so I want you just to take in a deep breath into your heart with an inner smile. And exhale from your heart down, 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 down into the earth. Sending your awareness down into earth. And then bringing up from the earth into your heart. Awareness and breath. And from your heart, exhaling down into the earth. Down, down, down. Connecting with the core. Inhaling from the earth up into your heart. exhaling to the core, feeling that connection, feeling that divinity, feeling that groundedness. And then inhaling from the earth into your heart. And this time, hold your breath for just a second and feel the warmth of your heart. And as you exhale, exhale up through the top of your head to the divine. And with gratefulness, bring in another deep breath in from the divine into your heart. And from your heart, exhaling down into the earth. Inhaling from the earth up into your heart. Holding your breath, feeling your chest expand with radiance. Exhaling with grateful radiance up into the divine. Inhaling the complete freedom of radiance from the divine into your body, into your heart. And exhaling with gratitude, the feeling of radiance down into the earth. And then breathing deeply on your own, in and out of your heart. Feel the radiance expand. Remembering all the times in your life that bring you joy. Playing with children, being in nature, serving clients from your soul, being in that intangible, tangible feeling of boundless radiance. Feeling your heart expand, feeling your chest expand, feeling the warmth spread into every cell in your body, feeling it in your feet, feeling it in your lower legs and knees, allowing the warmth to spread up your thighs and around your hips. Feeling your lower abdomen. Maybe you feel warmth there, extra warmth there, maybe you don't. And allowing the warmth to spread up through your solar plexus. And allowing the joy of your boundless radiance expand. Feeling the warmth spread up your chest, over your shoulders, down your arms, out your hands. Rising up and relaxing your neck, your jaw, and kind of erasing your mind, but finding something behind your mind that's even more boundless, more free, and connecting with the divine. And then bringing your attention down to the center of your heart space where your heart and your soul meet. And bring in your little girl in your sanctuary. Is it outside? Is it inside? Wherever that is. And ask her to sit down right now next to you. And tell her, we'll look her right in the eyes and say, we are open to expressing the complete freedom of our boundless radiance. It's safe to do this. It's possible to do this. We are willing to do this. We deserve to do this. And we can trust in this feeling. We can trust that this feeling of faith will walk us into our undefined future. This is new and surprising information. Really new and surprising information. We've always had such rules around expressing so freely. We've always had such rules around doing the right thing and being right, being perfect, doing what was expected. And this is way different than that. Breathing in deeply, looking at love with your little girl, expressing your joy that she's here, and looking deeply into her eyes again and say, we are open to expressing the complete freedom of our boundless radiance, spreading it in our family, spreading it with each other, spreading it with our customers, our audiences. Boundless radiance. This is who we are. This is what we are. And I'm sorry we've shut it down. Sorry we haven't shown us before. The truth is, it's safe now. I'm in charge. It's possible now because we're doing it right now. And whether or not you're willing, it's okay. I've got you. And if you can be open to be willing, that's all we need. And maybe we haven't felt like we deserve this before. But we have new parents in charge. That's me. I free and release my need to let the overwhelming responsibility that was put on us in the past, to let that go. I free and release my need to listen and be loyal to what my parents want. Doesn't mean I don't love them. Doesn't mean they don't love me. It just means it's time to show them who I really am. The truth is, I am brilliance. I am radiance. I am boundless freedom. I am boundless joy. There's nothing wrong with that. Letting go of my need to feel like I don't deserve this. Letting go of my need to feel responsible. The truth is, we can be responsible. We can do the things that are outside our comfort zone, that are outside the realm of what we formerly thought possible, by using our brilliance, by being our brilliance. We can still do the right things with our brilliance. We can still do the right things, feeling free and boundless. And just because you couldn't fulfill responsibilities before when you are free and boundless, does it mean you can't do it now? We're a little bit more grown up. I am our power. I am empowered. We are empowered. My little girl, with her brilliance and shine, and the part of me that's loves structure and rules. We just have to expand our box a little bit. It's safe to expand our box and allow the brilliance to shine. It's safe to provide structure and allow our brilliance to shine boundlessly. It's possible. I'm willing. This feels good. We definitely deserve this. I'm open to trusting that an uncertain future filled with our brilliance will work out well for us and everyone around us. It's safe to do this. It's possible to do this. I'm willing to do this. I deserve to do this. I trust in myself. I trust in the divine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead and breathe. And when you're ready, how was that for you?
It's wonderful. You are so wonderful. Thank
So
you.
what happened in your mind's eye? Can you share?
Yes. So I clearly saw myself as a young girl. I was outside and I was playing with butterflies. And I was just so happy. And the butterflies were big, like monarch butterflies was flying around, and I was skipping and I was free and I was happy. And it was such a clear vision that I just held that as I was talking to her through that. It's like, it's okay, you know, I'm here. And it just felt she understood that, that she was ready to to hold the responsibility through play and just be with the butterflies and skip through responsibility. I mean, just the play. It felt very like integration was happening.
So there's a new soul aligned affirmation coming out of that, right? It says like it's safe to hold responsibility with play, to have playful responsibility. I am a playfully responsible person. There's an affirmation for you.
Playful.
And every time you say that, you can remember the butterflies.
Oh, that feels so good in my heart.
So can you feel it anywhere else besides your heart?
Yeah, my nose and tingling area through here.
Sweet. So can you feel it in your feet at all?
I do feel an energy on top of my feet, but it's not as strong as the other areas.
Okay, so let's integrate that a little bit more. We've got time. So go back and feel that. Go back to your heart space and really feel that feeling. And repeat after me if it's true for you. If it's not, then just say, Grace, I need something else. I don't believe that. Okay. So you're feeling that feeling, and you just say, I'm open and willing to feel this feeling in every cell in my body. I'm open and willing to bring this presence into every cell in my body. Feeling it in my feet. Safe to feel it in my feet. Safe to let it in. It's safe to let down my guard and let it in. Feeling it in my feet. Nod me when you have it. Feeling it in my lower legs. Safe to feel the feeling in every cell in my body. It's in my lower legs. Around your knees. Up your thighs, around your hips. Here you go. Up your lower abdomen, into your solar plexus. And from here, this is your solar plexus. This is your soul. Soul's boundless. It goes through everything. It goes, can shrink time. That's something that's another class. It can shrink time, and it goes past, it feels your body, feels your aura. Go ahead and do that. Feel the rest of your body, your shoulders, your chest, your arms, your legs, your head, your feet. So your whole body's pulsing in this feeling. And allow the feeling to fill your aura. And then from this heart soul place, allow or visualize, see, feel, know that it's expanding like a big galaxy around you, getting larger and larger, spreading out through past your walls, past your home, past your property, past your city, past your state, past your country, encompassing the world with your spin, feeling your connection to heaven and earth, knowing that you are your own soul universe, connecting with others doing the same, inviting in the people that want to play responsibly with you. Sounds like a cocktail hour. Yes, right? Inviting people that want to co-create wealth with you, true wealth. Inviting people that are ready to benefit from your wisdom, from your mission, from your love and boundless radiance. And then bringing that all back into your heart space. And let's give that feeling a symbol. What symbol is that? What symbol do you come up with? And a symbol small to begin with? What do you have?
It's just it's like a childhood sun, with the bright circle and just sparkle all around it. I want it to be a butterfly, but it's not. It's a sun. It's
okay,
just
sweet. So that's your feeling, and
Yeah.
that's what you're going to manifest with.
yeah, the sun.
This is your power.
Yeah,
Sun power, right?
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Caitlin, we're not done. So go back and find that sun power. And
Mhm.
it's sparkly, and is it sparkling colors, like radiating colors out from it, or is it all bright
It
yellow, white?
it's like it's diamond colors. It's, like
Rainbow.
sparkle and um almost like a matte and a sparkle and a and different wavelengths. I mean, it's very vibrant and energetic.
Very nice. So now you're gonna make that big, and it's gonna fill your whole entire body. Filling your whole entire body. And then creating, condensing that sun into a laser beam that goes to a transmitter, a radio transmitter, beaming out invitations to people that swarm to you like um, bugs to a light, or like to a lighthouse for ships in the fog. You become the guiding light. You become the radiance. You become the sun that people are attracted to. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. So how was that?
Awesome. You are
Um,
amazing.
it's definitely different. So we did the self-healing meditation. What did I put here next? Oh yeah, what's next? So that meditation that you just did, that is a really good meditation to help bring in new customers, to help you live your purpose. You can use it for, um, it's a foundation for anything that you really truly want to manifest. And this is your power. It's like if we're doing the alphabet of growing your glow, this is like ABC. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. So there's other components to growing this glow that I put in the program, Your Soul's Money Making Genius. And that's kind of what this is a preamble for. So what's next is embrace all your genius, because this is your power, this is your genius, and this comes from your soul. And so the Soul's Money Making Genius is a program that I love to teach and do one-on-one. For those of you who just want to focus on building this feeling that I have in my on my website, maybe I'll just go there and show you. Okay, so here you go, gracemosgeller.com. So this is what it looks like when you land. It's expensive not to know your soul's purpose. So then you would go to courses and programs. And then these are courses that are just exactly like what I just took you through. Um, this is a Sacred Soul Self-Care set, and that has the meditation that I just took you through. I didn't do this one. This is the third one that really aligns your soul purpose with that, which is even more. It really builds the feeling of faith amazingly. And I encourage you to buy this. You don't have to remember what did she do, how did she do that, and it's not that expensive. And each one of these things build upon the other. And when you do that, it's a huge, huge money manifester. The other thing I've got going here is so this soul self empowerment set. Um, what it does is it helps you take the life force energy of anger. And who here has got anger? Like, yes, you got anger. Anybody has anger, right? We're always angry because it's a wake up call that someone disagrees with you, and it's called a betrayal. And so then you get really super angry. That betrayal comes up into your second chakra. And if you keep it inside of you, it becomes rage. Um, it's not healthy for your body. And sometimes we plot revenge or passive aggressiveness, or we just stuff it down and take it. But if it's festers in your body, that's hiding, what do you call it? A repression. And it shows up somewhere because it's life force energy and it's going to pop out somewhere. Like maybe you take it out on a customer service person on the phone, or maybe you take it out on your kids, or maybe you just take it out on yourself with eating binges or drinking or some sort of addictive behavior. Anger, like I said, is life force energy, and it's the life force energy of change because there's a betrayal and there's a something's not working in the relationship and requires change, whether it's the relationship you have with your something in your life, a situation in your life, or with people or a person in your life. The point is, this little soul self empowerment set shows you, guides you, takes you through a simple, easy to follow process, methodology to take the betrayal and the anger from it and come up with what you really want instead, a mutually beneficial result for yourself and for others. And the result for yourself is always an empowering boundary of self respect. And it takes the kick me sign off your back. It's very, very, very powerful. It's one of the foundational tools I use with my one on one clients to help really build that belief in themselves, to really up level personal value so that it's natural for you to receive on a much bigger, greater level. And then forgiveness, divine feminine power set, future successful self, power archetypes, and then live coaching with me. If you want to book a call with me, this is how you book a call with me. You can scan this, copy this. What would you say was your biggest takeaway from today?
Feeling that symbol of the sun so clearly and getting that clear vision that um, is a healthy anchor point that it feels like it was the tangibility and the vision that I needed and I was missing. And that link got through. And that for that, I'm very grateful.